Hey folks, the Mose here. Hey, many of you have been watching me for a long time on YouTube, and you probably think, what's this guy all about? Well, you know that I love nature, but let me tell you a little bit about how this all started. Many years ago, many years ago, I was about 5 years old, and my favorite show on TV was Yogi Bear. Why? Yogi Bear worked in Jellystone National Park. Well, as I got older, that was in my head. I thought, Jellystone National Park, boy, wouldn't it be cool to work in Yellowstone National Park? And as I got older and I went to school and I went to college and I studied the outdoors, I had an opportunity to work just south of Yellowstone National Park in Grand Teton National Park. That was my main assignment period. But the chief naturalist came in and said, hey, Chris, would you like a 2-week assignment in interpretation, nature education in Yellowstone? My eyes got really big. I said, can I work with Yogi Bear? And they all laughed. Well, I took that assignment. I met my goal. And then it wasn't but a couple weeks later, I got an offer from the Corps of Engineers to come to work at one of their larger lakes in Pennsylvania. Well, I accepted the assignment, and the assignment was as a naturalist. Well, I loved that. So I arrived for work, and one of the first assignments I had was to work as Freddy the Fish. Freddy the Fish was the symbol for the Army Corps of Engineers, much like Smokey the Bear is for the U.S. Forest Service, to try to meet a management objective. And the Corps of Engineers management objective was to save lives. We had a lot of people who were drowning. Children weren't wearing their life jackets. We had all kinds of problems associated with the water and recreation, and Freddie was a spokesperson. So I set up a program. I had a campfire program in the amphitheater, and I had an intern that was supposed to meet me just across the road from the amphitheater in a maintenance building and pick me up, because I'm 6'2", and Freddie was about 7'6", and you had a little screen window that you looked through and you could barely see anything in bright daylight. Well, I had an evening campfire program. Well, I was all dressed up in my Freddy the Fish outfit, and I took my pen light and I stuck it in my mouth, and I went down and I looked at my watch and I said, uh-oh, she's late. Donna's a little bit late. And I hate being late with anything, so I stuck my flashlight in my little pocket that I had under the suit, and it was getting hot. And all of a sudden, I could barely see out of the window, and it was raining cats and dogs. Well, I knew a bad storm was coming because there was lightning and thunder, but it only lasted a short time. And then, being it was a hot August day, the fog started to come up off the heated road, and it was foggy and misty and scary. I thought, I have to get to the amphitheater because I could barely see people crowding into that amphitheater for my program. And I thought, oh, I could do it. I could do it, no problem. And another program we had at the time was bicycle safety. So I had grabbed an armful of bicycle flags that we were going to use for the next day's program. And I started out across the maintenance parking lot. I got to about the middle of the road and I heard brakes, and I heard a car door open, and then I heard beer cans flying and hitting the pavement right at my feet. I couldn't see anything through the little screen. I couldn't see, but I knew I was in trouble. I heard these people saying, it's a big carp, it's a huge carp. And those people hurried up, got in their car, and they sped off. I said, oh, thank gosh I didn't get run over by that car. And I got right to the edge of the road where they put the ditch, and there was water flowing in the ditch about that deep. Well, I took one step, and I didn't have the best shoes and boots on, and I slipped and I fell into that ditch. Well, the water was running in. It was captured in the Freddy the Fish outfit. The water was coming up through my legs, up over my chest, and it was getting to about right here, and I said, this could be it. Your first day as Freddy the Fish, and you drowned, and you're not even in the lake. Well, I took all the muscles I had. I flipped myself over, bicycle flags flying everywhere. I had mud on me. I had water all over me. I was sweating. And all of a sudden I hear Donna's voice. She said, "Chris, are you all right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm all right. Help me." So she helped Freddy up, and she walked Freddy into the amphitheater. And as soon as I got to the amphitheater, I wasn't in the best spirits. But she said to the crowd, "And here's Freddy the Fish." And the kids started running towards me. I see him coming. I could barely see through that screen. I see him coming. It looked like a mob. I thought that I was like one of the Beatles. They were going to get me. All of a sudden, they got to me, and they were pushing on me. They couldn't push me down because they had me encircled. One of them ripped my fin right off. And they knew that it wasn't a fish. It was me. So I had to take over. And I finished the rest of the program. And I continued working for the Corps of Engineers for many, many years, but never again as Freddy the Fish. I'd only do it once, and this is the only time I will do Freddy the Fish for you, my customers. Thank you.